Southside to uptown, the city is back, cause we are. I know you see the sun on the map. Yeah, we are. Yeah, cause we been on the map. You could better step when that I put my city on my back. Man, I swear these niggas lying if they say my city down. You could better step when that I put my city on my back.
I'ma do it for my Wizards again. We going all the way this year.
What is good, Wizards fans? What is good? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, Cam and Go. Now, our Wiz, we had a, up and down week this past week. We won 2 and we lost 2. We beat Atlanta, beat Toronto, then we lost to Toronto and lost to Milwaukee. So we're being too inconsistent there. We're every time we lose 2, win 2, and we lose 2, right? It's a trending story. You know what I'm saying? Inconsistency. That's all I gotta say. But we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about the 2 wins because the Hawks and Raptors, and the 2 losses to the Raptors and the Bucks. And later on, we're gonna play a segment that we have not done in 2 seasons. So let's start off with the win against the Hawks. Now, beginning the game, we got to a hot start shooting the ball. Brad and Kuzma had 13 in the first quarter, and Kuz had 6. But defensively, early on, we were letting them get some easy points, in transition. You know what I'm saying? But we did hung in there after the first quarter. But second quarter, we kept on defending. We were attacking. Good defense, and Kuz's offense just gave them some confidence. But Hawks didn't quit. But when the Stars came back in, they look like they're gonna pull away. They got their momentum back. But late before the half, we had a lucky break. Supposed to be down 7 at the break, but the Wright got fouled on the 3 like before the buzzer went off. We started down 4 and not 7 at the half. And we continued, and it was third quarter, second half, we continued to attack, but every time we score, the Hawks answered back with a wide open 3. And Trae Young, he was starting to heat up. I'm like, oh no, I'm seeing this feeling once again. Down 10 midway, Bill kept attacking, facilitating, keeping getting close. But once they getting sparked late in the third quarter, Jordan freaking Goodwin. Like once he comes in the game, good things happen for this thing. Like somehow, some way, good things happen. You gotta get this man some playing time for the rest of the year. He once I know Morris has been out for about a week now, but once Morris comes back, you gotta play good more and take none out of rotation. Now we were down 5 going to 4. Early on, Kuzma started here. I'm like, here we go. It's cruise control time. We're keeping close, but Hawks yet again made us pay with the wide open 3s that we've been giving up. We were down 8-9 points multiple times through the game, but Brad said once again he told him it's like the Timberwolves game. Give me the ball. I'm gonna take us home. And boy, did he was scoring, putting the floor, attack everything. And somehow that's what got us the lead. And Bill, before the Bill shot, our defense, I think Kuzma and Gaffer got a big block on Trae Young, but Bradley Beal, that jumper to put up at 4, I was like, well, we're going to show. Bradley Beal does what? Bradley Beal things. And then we were up 4, I'm like, oh, we got this. But Trae Young hit a 3, I'm like, oh no, down 1. But who answers right back with a jumper? The Panda, Bradley Beal. And we were up 3 with like 7 seconds to go, something like that. And then Trae Young, he had 2 attempts to tie the game. First one, I was like, no, that's no good. But he got it back. It was deep. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, it's like this might go in. But once it ran out, I'm like, whoo. Ooh, cause I seen that shot go in many times for that man. Cause every time a guy like Trey or Steph Curry shoot, or Dame Lillard shoot shot like that, and it's in that range, I'm like, oh my god, like, oh man, it's going with. If that thing went in, Hawks probably won again overtime. But we stole a game in Atlanta. That was a huge. I call that a season-saving victory for our team. Cause after them 2 losses to New York and Chicago, and get this, that game should have been on TNT. Remember, we got dumped on TNT because when they fired David McMillan for Quinn Snyder, they said, you know what, we're gonna take you out. And what happened? I said, you should have done that, TNT. You should have took us out, because that game was much better than that Lakers Grizz game that we saw. It was there was no LeBron in that game. I'm like, come on now, you gotta do better, man. But let's get to these numbers, man. Beal, season high, 37 points, 17 of 30 shooting, 3 boards, 7 assists. They had 2 turnovers. Kuzma, look at he's back, 28 points, but it was a bad shooting game. He was 10 to 26, which is not a good shooting night. Only 2-7 from the 3-point line. Gaffer, he stepped up, 13 points, 12 boards, 3 blocks. And when I said, and Goodwin, I said, who has some good minutes, has 6 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. As for the Hawks, Trae Young did a thing. He had 30 points, not a good shooting night. He had 11 to 26, going with 7 assists and 4 turnovers. And good job on Jonathan Murray, because when Young and Murray have some good games shooting the ball, they win. But Murray didn't have a good shooting game. He was 7-18, 15 points, 5 assists. But the bench was good. The bench in Bogdanovich, Bay, Okongwu, and Griffin, all they combined for, let me count, 33 bench points. And the Wizards had, let me count here, 17, 26. So Hawk had the edge for a little bit. As for the team stats, shot the ball well, shot 49% to the Hawks 46, which is pretty good. But we were terrible from 3. We were 6 of 12 from 3. That's 20%. But we did good defending. They made 13 threes. They took 35. They were 13-35, which is a 37%. Free throws was even. We took 20 free throws. They're 19, but they shot better percentage though. We won the boards by 6, 48 to 42. And we get this. We kept the turnovers minimum against the Hawks team. Because when we turn the ball with the Hawks, you got to protect the ball. And I don't think we had a single turnover in the second half. We had 8, I think it was 7-8 in the first half, and we didn't have 1 turnover in the second half. That's really impressive. Very, very impressive. And now we move on to the Raptors. The first meeting with the Raptors. Early on, that first quarter, it happened. Kuz control happened. He scored the first 10 points of the quarter. It was 10-0, but it didn't last too long. Okay, it was a game of runs that quarter. We had a 10-0 run, and the Raptors responded with an 18-2 run, but we ended the quarter on a 12-2 run, so it was a game of runs. Yeah, the whole second quarter, we had good energy. Kuz stayed high. Gaffer was at. Did you see that live? I was like, whew. I said, raising on the rim, just throw it up, and he'll catch it. And we were up 14, but we didn't close the quarter out a little well. They didn't cut the lead to 4 or something like that. But we finished the half a little bit strong, go up by 9 to break. And Toronto, they were keeping it close almost the whole second half. We keep answering. That third quarter, we had some emphatic dunk with KP and Gaffer. We kept attacking, getting Toronto in foul trouble. You know what I'm saying? But I think we were up 19 points in the game, but Toronto's not going well. It cut to 9, but we closed them out in a good way. So that was a much needed win against Toronto, because they're one of those teams and trying to get in the playing tournament. But let's get to these numbers here. Kuz had 30 points, 10-24 shooting, 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 turnovers. Unicorn had a good game that night. He had 25 points, 8-12 shooting, 2-4 from 3, 5 boards. Gaffer had 18 and only 5 boards, but he was 8 of 10 shooting. And once again, and we heard him say, if Gaffer's not in foul trouble, good things happen for this team. And Bill, he had a bad game. And he had 15 points, 14 shooting, because Toronto, they were defending him pretty well, very, very well. As for Toronto, good job on Van Vliet. He had 14 points, 5 of 17 shooting. But the start of the game for Toronto was OG Anunoby. He had 26, 9 of 16 shooting. Jakob, who was a good addition, a perfect addition to that team. He's back in Toronto. Had 20 points, 13 boards, missed 1 shot. He was 8 of 9 shooting. And good job on Siakam, defender. He was 13 points, 16 shooting, goal and board, 6 assists. So good. I expect, you know what I'm saying, but it is what it is. We shot the ball well. We shot 51% to the Raptors 4%. We defended the entire night. Shot 3 ball kind of well. We were 14 and 30 shooting from 3. That's 40% to Toronto's 9-33 from 3. So good job defending 3. And Toronto that night did not miss a free throw. They were 17 or 17 from the free throw line, and we were 19-24. The rebounds were tied at 43, but Toronto had 13 offensive rebounds. Turnovers was even as well. It was 14 turnovers each. And now we get to the second Toronto game. Early on, it was the same thing. It was shades of last game. We scored the first 10 points. It was not Kuzma. It was Porzingis getting the early start, just like Kuzma did, who scored the first 10 points. But we didn't have that 10-0 lead like we did last time. Toronto came out, put the pressure on us. They forced turnovers that turned into easy points. But we did a good job getting Toronto pressure early. And Siakam, OG, and Pirtle had 2 fouls each. And we shot 71% from the field in the first quarter. But Gaffer, you see, he was ever in that second quarter. He scored the first 7 points, gave us some energy. I think we were up 8-9 points midway in the second quarter, but it was one of those runs again. I think the end of the half on a 15-7 run to tie the game going to halftime. Both teams went back and forth. Right? Wiz making threes, especially on the right, and Raptors were getting the ball inside. And it was getting physical, you know what I'm saying? I think fouls were mounting for the Wizards. We were not getting no calls whatsoever. And during that game, I heard Denny had a stomach bug. And found out down 7 going to 4, and he didn't return because he was a little ill. And Gaffer, I think he didn't come back in the game. He had an ankle problem. And turning point, we were down 13 points. And I was like, oh, yeah. And my friend's like, yeah, we lost. And I was like, no, we're not. Guess who sparked the comeback? Corey freaking Kispert sparked the comeback. We cut the 3 multiple times, but Gary Trentry hitting big shot. And then, go to the last 2 minutes here. We were down 3. We had a chance to cut the 1, but Bill turned it over. Wright had a good layup that didn't go in, but DeLon Wright redeemed himself. Open 3, tie ball game. And Fred VanVleet, he had a good look to win the game. I was like, I see him hit that shot many times. Whether it's win a game or a dagger shot. But Bradley Beal, why did you do a floater instead of doing like a step back, fade away off the glass? You should have done that instead of doing a floater. If you did that, we would have won a game and we would not gone to overtime. You should have done that. It was a good look though, but I like the look though, but you should have done a regular shot. You know what I'm saying? If we won a game. Overtime, we were going back and forth until Fred VanVleet hit 2 dagger threes. And we were down 4. Why did KP just catch it and why did you just go for the tip? You should just on the inbound. You should just caught the ball and then change it, or caught it, went down and get layup or drew a foul. You should have just. Why did you just catch it and shoot it? Like, why? You should have not done that. But let's get to these numbers. That was a heartbreaking loss by the Wizards in overtime. After we got a big win against them, and they got revenge because they didn't want to be down 2-0 to the Wizards. With Porzingis, I don't understand why he disappears early, and not disappear, but he gets hurt early and disappears late in the game. He had 22 points, 9 of 14 shooting, 2 from threes, 11 boards. Bill had a solid game. He fit different 20 points. He was bad shooting though. 7-22 shooting, along with 10 assists with 5 turnovers. Lauren Wright, he's been a different man lately since after the All-Star break. He had 18 points, 6 shooting, 4-6 from 3, 6 boards, 7 assists, and tied a career high 6 steals. He is a defensive beast. And Kuzma had an off night, 16 points, only 5 total shooting, 6 boards. Kisper, who spot the comeback, had 12 points, all shots for threes, 4-4-4. For Toronto, game ball, Van Vliet. When he redeemed himself after he had an off night the other night. He had 25 points, 10 assists, 9-16 shooting, 6-11 from 3. Siakam had 15, Pirtle 14. But the other game ball goes to Gary Trent. He had 26 points off the bench on 11-18 shooting, 4-7 from 3. I told you who hit big shot. Field goals was almost even. Toronto shot 52%, Wizards 50. But we shot the ball pretty well. We shot 58% from 3. We were 14 and 24. They were 12 and 30. So that's 4%. So I'll take that. We attacked. We cut the line 22 times. The Toronto 14. We won the boards by 9, 43 to 34. But the key thing was the damn turnovers. We had 24 turnovers. 24. That's the second most we had this season. If we cut that basically in half, it was 12. We easily win this game. You can't come up against Toronto. They do this every single time. And now let's go on to Milwaukee. I like how we fought against Milwaukee. We were kind of undermanned. We had no Kyle Kuzma in that game. And Daddy, he was okay, and so was Gaffer. But I was going to say, how are we going to respond when Giannis put a 55 on us the last time we played Milwaukee? But get it with his credit. They fought. We were down almost the entire game. Beal had a monster fourth quarter, and he had 17 of the 13 points in the fourth quarter. But too much Milwaukee. They kept. That's what championship teams do. They respond. They answer real quick. You know what I'm saying? But we had a lead in the fourth quarter. We had chances to take the lead or tie it, but too much Milwaukee. So, and I want to say this: they did took the triple double out for Giannis because y'all at the end of the game where the game was basically over. He's like went the ball to the other rim. That you know what, I'm gonna miss on purpose and get my triple double. So that sucks. And it said the rules is you got to shoot in the game, not to say where game's over, you know, dribble, then you know what I'm saying. But let's get to these numbers real quick. Bill had 30 points, 15-32 shooting, 9 boards, only 2 assists. Porzingis, who had the high start, he had 18 in the first quarter. Like I said, he shows up in the first quarter, disappears the whole game. He had 24 points, bad shooting game. He was 11-29 shooting. That's too many shots for a center. He had 13 boards, 5 assists, 2 blocks. Denny out there who had a good game, who come off, he had stomach bug. He had 17 points, 5-10 shooting, 2-4 from 3, 6 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals. And Giannis, who was taken out, we did help 20 points, so I'm okay with that. Had 9 boards, 13 assists, but game ball rig went to Javon Carter. He had 20 points, 7-13 shooting, 6-10 from 3, and we lost his game because they made 22 threes and we made 8. big difference. But we did something good. We did win the boards by 10, 56-46, because Bucks were the best rebound teams in the league. Because if you want to be the Bucks, you gotta rebound. And we had 20 of them offensive. And we did have 9 turnovers, so I was very impressed with that. 9 turnovers on the Bucks, so it is what it is. So Wizards, we're still in 10th in the Eastern Conference, but we got 18 games left to go. It's not over yet. We still got 5 weeks left to go to playoffs. But speaking of playoffs, when we come back, we're gonna look at the playoff picture, East and West. So stay tuned.
Jordan Goodwin getting back on defense.
Here's Denny.
Lob upstairs to Gafford. Turbo upstairs to the landlord. See him.
I told you, just throw it up.
Okay, y'all, we are back. And now it's time, I said, we're going to play a segment we have not done since the 3rd season. Now, the playoffs is what 5 weeks away, 6 weeks, so playoff start / play-in tournament. And since we're close, we're going to look at the East and West standings, where I call this segment The Road to the Playoffs. First, let's start in the East. The way Bucks playing, because they recently went on a 16-game winning streak. I wanted to end that streak, but Philly had to snap it. But way they've been playing since mid-January, I think they're gonna hang on to I think they can get the number 1 seed. And Boston, y'all can get number 2. And I cannot see no one catching the Sixers. Nobody. I think they're gonna be. So they see the top 3 is locked in. And Milwaukee be 1, Boston 2, and Philly's gonna be 3. But Cleveland and New York, one gonna get 4 or 5. It's one gonna get home court advantage in the playoffs. I almost see that matchup, Cleveland and New York. That would be a good matchup. And can you imagine if Knicks played Cavaliers? Because remember, Knicks almost could have got Donovan Mitchell. Can't believe that. Can you imagine if Knicks lost that series? Oh, they would lose it. And they win, it will go nuts. And in Brooklyn, they saved themselves on this past Friday. We're down 28 points to Boston and won by 10. That saved them from not being I remember I tweeted when they're down 28. I said they're gonna fall. They're gonna fall like a drum. But they won 2 over the weekend. I think that saved them. They're gonna be like a 6-6 seed and play Philly in the first round. In the Planter East, it's open. I think anybody can get 7. Even we can get 7. We're what, 2.5, 3 back behind the Heat for the 7th spot. We're 2 behind Atlanta, because we'll get to Atlanta in a moment, because we got some big games that coming up, and we're 1.5 behind Toronto. We play them one more time, and I don't see Indy or Chicago catching it. It can try though. It can try, but it's not over yet. You better pray our Wizards fall off, because Indy, Chicago, I think they're tied, and they're 1.5 behind the Wizards for the 10th spot. So, and Orlando, Charlotte, and Detroit, it's a wrap for y'all. It's a wrap. Now to the West, no one's catching Denver. Nobody. As for the Grizzlies, did you see the story about John Moran about possessing a gun in an IGV at a nightclub? Oh my God, that could hurt the team big time. They're number 2. They're number 2 right now. People think they're gonna fall out, but don't be fooled. We've seen this before. We've seen how to play well about John Moran, but once playoffs start, I think they're done. Then John Moran just killed their season, and make matters worse, it was a bad weekend for Grizzlies fans. Josh is suspended definitely. Brandon Clark's out for a season with Achilles injury, and Brooks recently got suspended for a game for getting 16 technical foul. Like it is bad. And see what it says, This is bad. This is very, very bad. And watch out for the Suns. I can see them getting 2 or 3 because Durant and Booker together is lethal. Like they look like I said, they might just do it. They might go all the way this time and possibly win the whole damn thing. They're 2 back behind Sacramento and 3 behind Memphis. And they have 5 weeks. If they go perfect something or go on a nice win streak, they can get number 2. They can do it. 5 is open. Because look at this. For the 10 seed, even Lakers, they're 3 games back behind the Warriors for the 5th spot. So it is open. The Warriors are 5. The T-Wolves are. Shout out to Timberwolves, man. They're doing it without Cat. Cat hasn't been played since November, and they're still. And then the playoffs, they're 6 seed. Dallas, I can see them being in the playing tournament because Kyrie and Luka, it's not working, man. It is not working one bit. People are like, oh my God, Luka and Kyrie together, like this is something. But what do you expect? What do you expect? It's Kyrie. Wherever team goes on, he ruins it. Clippers, they're a playing team. And they're about 1-4, getting Russell Westbrook, and don't count the Lakers. They're tied for number 10, but Utah owns the tiebreaker, so they might get that play. But I don't blame the Lakers, man. I do not have to. People think they're gonna be a dangerous 8 seed, wherever seed they are. They're gonna be a dangerous and get to. They do this every year. Ever since the playing tournament got adopted, you think the low seed is gonna have a good run to go to the final. We saw it with the Lakers in 2021. What happened? Got out first round because AD got hurt. Last year, the Brooklyn Nets, people when KD Kyrie like they're gonna get together. What happened? They got swept. So I'm tired. Everyone's saying a low seed is gonna do some damage in the playoffs because it's not happening. Come last time, AC did some damage. Probably since the 2011 Memphis Grizzlies, who no one believed in, almost made it out to conference finals. That's probably the last time we see AC do damage in the playoffs. So. Still got weeks to go for the playoff start, playing tournament. As for the Wiz, we got 4 games coming week. We got Detroit. That's the makeup game. Remember, back in February, we played February because it got postponed because Detroit couldn't make it out of Dallas because they were stuck in the snow. So we're playing Detroit Tuesday. We can play the Hawks back-to-back at home, Wednesday and Friday. Those are 2 big games because they said if you win your division, you go like the NFL. If you win a division, you go to playoffs, no matter what. And you got the Sixers on Sunday, so another big week to make up some ground. You know what I'm saying? Because time is running out. So that's everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Another deal. Follow me on Twitter at CamMingo. Same Instagram. My Wiz page. Twitter is at Wiz_Nation. Instagram is Nation_Wiz. Thank y'all. Peace.